So on the menu today, we have beef stroganoff. This is my method for making beef stroganoff. I think it's a lot simpler than a lot of other methods out there. So I'm hoping you'll give this one a try and let me know what you think. If you have any requests also, please leave them in the comments section below, and don't forget to give a thumbs up at the end of this video. So the first thing you want to do is get 8 to 10 button mushrooms. They can be the white ones, the brown ones. You can also use portobellos. Pretty much you can use any mushroom you like. You're going to go ahead and slice those mushrooms into bite-sized pieces. Then you're going to get half of a Spanish onion. You're going to cut that into slices as well. You can go ahead and use the whole onion if you really like onions, but I think half is enough for this overall dish. Next, you're going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter in a pan. Get that on high heat. Once the butter melts, you're going to add your onions. You're going to give that a good stir. Just break those pieces up as best you can. You're going to saute the onions until they start to sweat, at which point you're going to add your mushrooms. Again, give it a good mix. And basically you're going to cook this down until the onions are soft and the mushrooms have released most of the liquid. In the meantime, next you're going to get your steak ready. So you can choose whatever cut of steak you like. I'm not even going to tell you which one I used here, but like I said, use whichever steak you like, and you're going to cut it into 2-inch slices. If you like it smaller, you can also cut it smaller. Now, I'm not going to tell you which steak I'm using, and in all honesty, I'm only doing this because I want you to sort of choose what you use and make the recipe your own. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is use the best cut of steak that you can, whichever steak you prefer. Now, once the steak is all sliced up, you're going to go back to your mushrooms, and as you can see, they've reduced. You're going to remove them from the pan. Once you're done that, you're going to put the pan back on the stove on high, and you're going to add a little bit of olive oil, and then you're going to add your steak. And you're going to just get some color on your steak, so stir that around a bit. Next, you're going to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Mix that in. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon and a half of all-purpose flour. The reason I say 2 tablespoons or a table and a half is it depends on how thick you want your stroganoff at the end. I added about a tablespoon and a half. You're going to stir that around. Now, originally I was supposed to add the garlic a bit earlier, but I forgot. It was supposed to be added with the onions and mushrooms, but it's okay. You can add it this step. Mix that up. Now, once you've cooked your garlic through nicely, just like that, you're going to go ahead and add about half a cup of white wine. You can also use red. It'll change the flavor a bit, but it's up to you. You can also omit the wine entirely. Some people choose to use hard liquor like brandy. I've seen whiskey. But here I'm just using white wine. So you're going to cook that wine until the alcohol is burned off. Then you're going to add 1 bay leaf. You're going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper. Give that a stir, and you can see all of the brown bits at the bottom have now been scraped off of the bottom of the pan, and this is what you want to do. At this point, you're going to go ahead and add about a cup of beef stock. You can just add water here, but again, the beef stock adds a lot more flavor. Basically, any liquid you want. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and add your mushrooms and onion back to the pan. Make sure you get all of that flour off of your spoon, all the ingredients off of the spoon. Then you're going to mix that up nicely. Once it's nice and mixed, you're going to go ahead and cover it for about 10 minutes. Just let it simmer, maybe on medium to medium high for about 10 minutes. Keep checking on it. Checking on it. And almost 10 minutes. And there we go. So after 10 minutes, it should look something like this. When you stir it, you can see the sauce is nice and thick. Not too thick, but nice and thick. And at this point, you're going to add your salt. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much salt to add. You add salt to taste. For the purpose of this video, I added about a teaspoon of salt. Now, I like to balance the flavors, so I added also about a teaspoon of sugar. This is optional. And the last but not least, you're going to turn off your heat and you're going to add about 2 tablespoons. I would say actually quarter cup to about half a cup of sour cream or creme fraiche. The reason you want to turn off the heat is because if you have it on boiling, there's a tendency for the cream to curdle or to separate. You're going to mix that through. Give it a taste. It's good. Now, traditionally, you're going to serve this with some buttered egg noodles, like I have here, but you can also eat this with rice or pretty much whatever you want. So dish out those egg noodles and then dish out your stroganoff. Look at how beautiful that looks. This is a very delicious yet simple dish. Give it a try for dinner. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Lastly, I garnished with some chives, fresh chives. And that's it. Beef stroganoff, my style. Once again, give me a like below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for more videos like this. And I will see you in the next one.